All right. Hey, everybody. I hope you're doing well. I wanted to create this short video to introduce the course structure for the upcoming fall 2020 semester of Intro Stats. As I mentioned in my last video, it is going to be a structure that involves an A-B split, meaning that we will be meeting as a class, meeting in person only one day a week. The sort of physical limitations of the classroom mean that we can only have half of the class in there at a given time. And so as a result, I wanted to show you the additional structure that will be in place for the class, as well as introduce some of the technology that we'll be using to engage with the material. Give me 1 second here while I share a screen. Okay, so hopefully you can see this all right. If you are seeing this correctly, you are seeing a very low budget Microsoft Paint example of a schedule for the week. So here's my very, very quick overview of the course structure for this semester. First and foremost, some general takeaway points. There will be a general weekly structure that will be fixed week in, week out. We will follow that week in, week out, just to have a sense of normalcy, a sense of structure. And this will be organized primarily through Moodle. So in a moment, I'll show you what our Moodle page looks like so you have a sense of how to use it. You see, each week you will engage in basically 4 big aspects of the Intro Stats class. There will be a pre-class assignment, and that will ask you to typically maybe read a little bit of the text, to watch a couple of videos similar to this one, so videos to introduce you to new material, and it will culminate in a check your understanding, or CYU, check your understanding quiz, which is supposed to be very short, very easy, very low stakes. You can repeat it as often as you want to get all the answers correct. Really, it's just there to make sure that you have gotten the appropriate information out of the pre-class material. Then there is class itself, in which we will engage in some higher level thinking or some more challenging activities, and we'll engage with that as a class in the classroom. There will be a technology-based, I called it a mini project. I think that makes it sound larger than it is, honestly. More of a technology assignment. There will be an assignment based on the reading that involves technology in some way, and you will do that outside of class. Sort of in my head, I'm picturing that being what we would have done in class if we had met for the second time that week. And then there will be a classic homework set that's due later in the week. So those are the 4 big things that we'll be doing each week. Let's take a look at how this might work in practice. You see I have these sort of silly, again, low budget schedules down here. So looking at this top schedule here, this could be for a student who is meeting Tuesdays that week. We can see that there is some pre-class work that will be assigned, and the idea is that this will be done over the weekend, possibly by Monday. I think the deadline for that will be Monday at midnight. So as long as you're able to take care of it before Monday at midnight, you are good to go. Then you have class on Tuesday. That's when we meet in the classroom. Fun times. And then on Thursday, when we would have met in the classroom, there will be an assignment, the so-called technology mini project that I will ask you to engage in. Then there will be homework that has been assigned this entire week. And both the technology mini project and the homework will be due on Sunday, so at the end of that week. If you are the student who meets on Thursday instead of Tuesday, your schedule would basically look like this. You would have your pre-class work at the start of the week. There will be class time on Thursday, and the idea then is that you would engage in the technology mini project on Tuesday. And then finally, homework and the technology mini project would again be due on Tuesday. So notice the deadlines are the same for both schedules. Pre-class work is supposed to start the week, that's due on the end of the day, by the end of the day on Mondays. And then the, sort of handing in the assignments, the homework, and the technology mini project, that would all be due on Sunday. I should also mention that if you are a student who is either full-time remote or a student who over the course of the semester develops symptoms of COVID or otherwise has to self-isolate or quarantine for a certain amount of time. Of course, you won't be able to attend class physically. The university has set aside some time slots for remote students to engage in in-class activities in the event of an A-B split. In other words, this class has some time set aside specifically for you students, and those are on Thursday afternoons and on Friday afternoons. Specifically, whether you're a Thursday or a Friday student will depend on which of my sections you are in for intro stats. So if you are a full-time remote student, or if you are a student who has to go full-time remote during the semester, we will continue to make this work. We will be able to meet in a regularly scheduled class. It's just that the time of that class would change. And then of course, we'll be meeting virtually. We'll be meeting through, through Zoom or through Ring Central. So if you are full-time remote at the start of the semester, send me an email, and if you haven't already, and we'll have a conversation about how to get you hooked into that environment. Otherwise, if you end up needing to self-isolate during the semester, that's a-okay. Just send me an email and let me know, and we'll work on that. So that's the extra class time slot there. The one thing that I'll point out, sort of in closing, while looking at this, the one thing I'll point out is that although there are only 2 deadlines, those deadlines are Mondays, when the pre-class work is due, and Sundays, when you hand in everything else from the week. I would encourage you not to wait until the weekend to do all of your work. So if you wait until the weekend to start, let alone finish your technology mini project, and do your homework, and do the pre-class work for the next week, I think you're going to have a bad time. What I would encourage you to do is to try to complete the technology mini project during the regularly scheduled class time or right around there. The homework, though it is due on Sunday, has been assigned throughout the entire week. The pre-class work, though it is due Monday, has been assigned throughout the weekend. So there is time to stay on top of the material. I would encourage you not to wait until the deadline. If you feel like you're having trouble managing your time, send me an email. We can talk about it, and we can try to find a way to help you there. Okay, so these are our 2 possible schedules, our A-B schedules, and some general outline of what's expected of you each week. I said earlier that this is organized through Moodle, so let's take a quick look at what our Moodle page looks like. I'm recording this video about a week and a half before classes start. So at the moment, the Moodle page has a lot of the material, but there's still some gaps to be filled in. So your final Moodle page might look a little bit more fleshed out than this. But let's see what we have. Let's see the important things. We have our syllabus for the semester. We have a link for the Ring Central meeting. That's if you're a full-time remote student. This link will be the same week in, week out. We have this document, the Southwestern Statistics login. That is to log in to the homework, the MyStatLab homework website. We'll go there in a moment. And then here is sort of our weekly structure. So again, this is how we will, week in, week out, engage with the class. So first there is the pre-class work, the stuff that we're doing the previous weekend or on that Monday. There's a number of videos, video 1, video 2, video 3. We click on a video, it loads. Great, you see my smiling face there. We would watch that video. We would watch all of these introductory videos. They are reasonably short, trying to keep them under 10 minutes. So this is about a total of a half hour, maybe 20 to 30 minutes of pre-class work here, followed by a check your understanding quiz. And that's what's actually due. These quizzes are very straightforward, not trying to throw you any curveballs. Really, if you watch the videos and paid attention during the videos, you should ace these no problem, and you should have unlimited attempts to make sure that you do eventually ace it. So as long as you put in the time, you should be okay there. Then there will be our actual meeting class time. It's not present in Moodle, but you'll know to come on Tuesday or Thursday. The technology assignment will appear here. So you'll click on that link to get the assignment, and you will turn that in through Moodle. And we can see here that that is due on Sunday. And then there is a reminder, homework 1 in My Stat Lab is also due Sunday. So what is My Stat Lab? Notice that there's no button to click on here. It just says that it's due in My Stat Lab. So My Stat Lab is going to be the other website that we lean on this semester. My Stat Lab is the central hub for the textbook that we're using in this class, the Intro Stats textbook. And so you can, you've either purchased a textbook or you're just using the e-text, in which case you'll be operating completely through My Stat Lab. See, this is My Stat Lab. I guess you can see my view here. So this is the instructor view, not necessarily the student view, but you can see that there are some assignments. The first assignment has been assigned, and that due date is definitely incorrect. I actually have to fix that, I think. So, forget this. If you look at this through the point of view of a student, at the moment, you can't really see that much. Right? There are no current assignments assigned, but there will be assignments assigned in the future. There's also a grade book, so you can see how your grades are. There's this e-text right here, so you can look at the e-text for the class. There is something called StatCrunch, which is a website we'll explore a little bit later this semester. It lets you look at data sets from your textbook using technology, and then visit the StatCrunch website to use software and use technology to examine those data sets. And so you can imagine this might be a part of our technology mini projects this semester. And so in general, this is the website. Between My Stat Lab and Moodle, you should have access to everything you need for this class. Of course, if you have any questions whatsoever, please send me an email. I'm all about checking and answering my emails, and I am here to help you navigate this challenging environment. So have an absolutely wonderful rest of your day. Take care, and I'll see you soon. See you soon.